Hey, what's up, everybody? Fred Minnick here. Today, I'm going to review, because everybody on Instagram said I should review this first, Old Stubborn. So this is a brand that was started by a friend of mine and someone who is really well known in the industry, definitely in the whiskey geek circles as well. His name's Ed Bly in northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. This man was one of the leaders in like vintage bourbon and just really knew the game. He ran a liquor store called Cork a Bottle, which is obviously very famous for those of you who follow the bourbon world for a long time. And he's been kind of had something up his sleeve for a while. And he drops this beautiful bottle, might I add. Old Stubborn, a pot still straight wheated bourbon whiskey, a premium hand marriage of 10, 11, and 13-year-old pot still straight wheated bourbon whiskey at 123.8 proof. And you want to know where it's distilled? Before I say where it's distilled, put in the comment section where you think that this beautiful bottled whiskey was distilled, because I'm about to tell you right now. And most of you already Googled it, and you're here anyway because you want to find out what it is. It was distilled not in Kentucky, not in Indiana, not in Tennessee, not in New York, Florida, Colorado, Washington, Texas. These are all states I'm naming that have a lot of whiskey distilleries out there. Florida less so than the other ones. But this was distilled in West Virginia. However, they do not tell you where it was distilled. They do not tell you. When I pressed Ed for it, he said he was under an NDA. That being said, there was really only one distillery that was there 13 years ago. So we do have a bourbon in here that's 13 years old. So there's really only one distillery that was in existence at that time, and that is Smooth Ambler. So anybody who can put the math together will tell you that this was most definitely distilled at Smooth Ambler. So most likely, according to tax records and such, that's the only distillery that was there. So that being said, also thank you to the wonderful law of state of distillation. You might recall that there's a video of mine out there that says don't buy a product unless you see the state of distillation. As you can see, the state of distillation is very prominent here on this bottle. So that's an old federal regulation from the 1930s that Ed followed to a T. So the price point on this is $250. And I'll just start there. You know, I love my friend Ed. He's a great dude. I'm always going to say good things about him. But I do wish, and this is a beautiful bottle, but I do wish that that price point could be a little lower, especially with the economy. Man, the economy is going batshit crazy. But this is a real, I mean, I know how much money he probably spent on every one of these bottles. So I know how much money he probably spent on the whiskey. So you got to recoup your money if you're in the business side. This is, as Bernie Lubbers always says, this is the bourbon business, not the bourbon charity. But still, I sure like me an under $60 bourbon. Now, granted, he did send me this bottle, but still, Ed, if you can bring that price down, that'd be cool. All right, so here I go. And I'm looking at this like this is not even one of my branded glasses. This is a Four Roses glass. I just shipped over 1,000 Glencairns to my event in Las Vegas, my upcoming big game event. So there's a description. There's a link to that in the description if you want to learn more. But yeah, I'm running low on Glencairns right now. I've shipped them all away. So here we go. Woo! Hot damn. Maybe I should have smelled and tasted this before I commented on the price, given what the market is. Because this does smell like, this smells like something that's expensive. That's kind of a dumb thing to say, actually. How does something smell expensive? Does a Lexus smell different than a Kia? Actually, yeah, it does. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever actually been to a Kia dealership. But I just watched Fargo, and I'm suddenly very curious about Kia. Okay, so I'll shut up about random shit and just talk to you straight about the bourbon. This has got a very peanut butter nose. I like peanut butter. I like almond butter. I like hazelnut butter. You give me, you create cashew butter. You name it. Like I could live off of those various like nut butters. I love those things. The unfortunate part of that is they go straight to my hips. I swear to God, I don't put on. I put on more weight. I put on more weight when I eat peanut butter than I do pretty much anything else. I have connected that dot when I've had weight gains. So, all right, here you go. I'm gonna smell it again. Damn, it's like chocolate, peanut butter. This is like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Damn. If you could bottle the smell or put one of those car scents of a Reese's peanut butter cup, this is it. And I'm gonna throw one other thing out there. It does not at all go with a Reese's peanut butter cup unless you're eating it after you've mowed the lawn. And that is fresh cut grass. I get fresh cut grass on that third whiff. Speaking of grass, my yard is destroyed. It's been raining so much. I've been talking about it a lot with my boys at Bourbon Pursuit, and Ryan's like, Fred, can you calm down on your grass? Everyone's grass sucks because he owns a grass business, and I think I might have added a little stress to his day when I brought it up. Here we go. Okay. Well, I would like to retract my previous statement regarding price. If this was a $60 bourbon, it wouldn't be on the shelf but for 2 minutes. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I am thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly. Thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly. So this chocolate note is very prominent. There's also like a lot of cinnamon, a lot of nutmeg. Um, Gosh, this is complex. This is really, really complex. And I gotta say that there's like there's a depth to how it feels on my tongue. So I feel it on the tip of my tongue, the middle of my tongue, the back of my tongue, on the sides. It doesn't curl up like sometimes I'll talk about it curls up underneath the jawline. I don't get that. What I do get is that it goes deeper into my tongue than a lot of other bourbons that I've had. So I feel it like in that second or third layer of like flesh in my tongue, and that's unique. That does not happen very often. I think this would do incredibly well in a blind tasting because it's got a lot of depth to it, but it also has some of those like trigger notes for me that will always catch me, like chocolate, peanut butter, hazelnut, things like that. Like those notes will always pull me in a blind tasting. So I think this will do very well. Um, Old Stubborn. This is a hit. This is a hit, Ed Bly. It's a hit. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the preeminent note being chocolate peanut butter. So that was on the nose. That was on the palate. It's very, very, very powerful. Secondary notes, looking at a lot of spices, which, gotta be honest with you, spice is not something I ordinarily connect with a wheated bourbon, no matter the proof. But this is not your ordinary wheated bourbon. It's quite exceptional with the flavors that are coming out of it. But I need to taste it one more time for the finish, but I have a feeling it's going to be, I'm going to tell you, it's a long finish. Yeah. Long and strong with a hint of hazelnut. It's very nutty. It's very nutty, very chocolatey, very good. Of the products coming out at $250, this one is better than most. So the market is what it is, the economy is what it is, but I gotta call a spade, and this is very, very good, very, very good bourbon, and damn, I happen to like it. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you're not already, become a subscriber. Check out my events. Check out Club Marzipan. You can go to the description. Go to the description of the video to learn more. But be safe out there, folks. And remember, vodka sucks. Cheers.